Hashtag, why do you do this to commentators, aka mostly Frutella?
Think of the poor commentators when you make your pickup teams, please. I do not know anything that is on that screen. We put it into Google Translate, and Google Translate gave up.
And then we asked, and it's like, we don't know either, just call us this. And it's like, thanks! Yep! Yay! And now the problem is, it's like, well, they keep doing things like this, and now more people are gonna come up with just keyboard mash to put as their pickup names, and this is what we have to suffer with. I haven't done a comm block in a good while, and I'm always stuck with some name that I cannot pronounce. And I'm like, what is this curse? Why do you do this to me?
Yeah. It's a little sad. I will say Opstapa is a pretty great name. I think it's a great pickup name, Opstapa. But with that being said, we are in winners semifinals. The winner of this moves on to winners finals, guaranteed a top 3 position and a chance to fight for grands. Losers are going to be sent down to losers bracket to fight for 5th place and continue their run. Starting things off, we have zones on Mahi Mahi, a map which we've already seen 3 times, and we're going to be seeing it for a 4th time.
It's going to be never ending at this point. Just, you know, we want to go to the resort, and for me, I don't know if, you know, other people around that are on any of these teams might be nearing the dreads of winter, with me being Canadian, because it's already going frosting and going to probably be snowing in a week. I would love to continue going on a resort, even if it's in a game. Let me just absorb it. But anywho, yeah, Spot Zone's Mahi. Oh.
Yeah, see, I live in Texas, where it is currently 77 degrees outside, Fahrenheit.
I'm gonna suffer.
It's a little bit warm, deep in the heart of Texas. We're getting deep in the heart of Mahi here to start things off on this winners semifinals match here between Frutella's, allegedly Frutella, and Trees from yesterday. So let's get into it. Leader, Custom, Octobrush, and Wiper already being pulled out. Interesting comp to say the least.
We do have the junior with all of the splat bombs plus the bucket. All those splat bombs are going to eventually be a nuisance for this other team, but they do have a lot of mobility around with that brush and the wiper combo. But we can already see Crab being pulled out on the side of what we're knowing as mostly Frutella, and just kind of being chased around on the side here. And right now, just domination control already to early wipeout, and it's just. Yeah, bubble setup gonna be a tough one to break back from after a little bit here.
Yeah, water's gonna be dropping pretty on early, and already Frutella setting themselves up for success. Strikes are almost online from this bucket. Crab is online by this Neo Splash, and already Drees from yesterday in a bit of a precarious situation. A little bit, but here comes, I believe, a Hammer coming out by this Wiper, trying to flank around the pick, Cracking be popping by this leader as well. Rush will be recalling, but Paint still pretty decidedly in favor of Frutella. Drees from yesterday has to go now, and this Octopus doing just like getting a nice 2-piece, getting a 3-piece into the wipeout onto Frutella and keeping that game alive for Drees from yesterday.
Marks just walked right in there and be like, nope, you're not gonna exist. Nope, you're not gonna exist. Stop painting the zone. This is ours now. And now it's just a reset there that the yellow group has to do here. And we see the Wiper gonna hold control. The Arc Coolered Stamp is at the ready. 2 down now on the side of what we're calling mostly Frutella. And they did get a pick on the pencil there.
Yeah, pick on the pencil coming out, and now Drees from yesterday in a pretty similar spot that Frutella was in not too long ago. Here comes the Zipcaster from the Octopus. A pick here would be huge, but anything to delay Drees from yesterday getting back on, or Frutella getting back on the zone. Drees from yesterday super close to this lead, 17-19. Here comes the Kraken to try and keep people away from the zone. They're still holding on to it. There's the lead. Now can they keep going for the knockout for long enough? Skylar trying desperately to find a pick, but it's not going to be enough, and going to go down as Dreams from yesterday going to lose that zone cap. But gets the lead to 14, and now Frutella into driver's seat, trying to get the lead back in their favor.
Just able to get back control there, and of course it flipped back and forth because we saw so much dominance, but then also comes patience. It's just like, let's make sure we get it out, we'll go back in, we'll just take the lead right back, and that is what happened. Was able to hold, and now it's just back and forth here on the side is just one team, you know, they'll get a pick here and just not hold it. Getting that junior pick is pretty key here. Brush goes down as well. That Stamp just dropping on in, getting one. Able to get the pencil out of play there. Wipeout is happening. And Dreams from Yesterday back in control, taking out Frutella, and is now just setting up under the side here, just making sure like they know what to be aware of, they know what to look out for. They're not going to go in too far. They're just going to hold the side here and just lock out under the ledges. But they are able to pick out that Wiper from under the ledge, though.
Yeah, getting a nice pick on that Wiper, starting under that ledge. Here comes the strike from the Crab though from Frutella. He gets his own back into favor really quickly, forcing a jump up with that Crab tank as well. Getting that crossfire from across the map. Going to help get that pick onto the Zap as well. Octobrush goes down as well, so pretty good spot here for Frutella, but they don't have any players left alive. This Splash really trying to put as much pressure as possible in this solo endeavor. Trying to hunt down this leader specifically, but the Balloon Bag on the Wiper. Trying to make some magic happen here on this left side of the map. Hammer is going to come online, and we've seen Hammers go pretty hard for Dreams from Yesterday throughout the course of this game. So let's see what they can do with this Ultra Champ. Trying to find any pick in this Splash zone and get the zone back in Dreams from Yesterday's control. But the zone is being tightly contested on both sides. 2 down on Frutella though. Dreams from Yesterday going to keep the zone in their favor.
It was really tight there, and you can see that the Stamp just kind of going around, taking out all of the bombs, all of the other things that could have contested the zone, just kind of eliminating it. And even though like no picks, and we can just kind of, you can see how it paints a little bit there, helping put it into neutral, but just kind of clears it around while staying alive and just helping to assist there, unable to get the pick that they wanted. But now we see the Brush following up a lot, just getting these key follow-ups after work has been started, or just going around and getting these feed done themselves. And just guarding these ledges, so Brush is putting in a lot of effort here for Dreams from Yesterday.
Yeah, but this Crab Tank is going to be trying to put in some work for Frutella before the time runs out. There we go, going to get the cap in their favor, but still, Dreams from Yesterday scores some more points down to 8. So pretty respectable lead. Dreams from Yesterday is in a really good spot to take the game. Frutella has to get all the way down to 7, and it's probably going to have to happen in overtime, and they're going to have to wait even longer as members are jumping out due to the hammer from that Wiper. So I mean, Frutella has roughly 10 seconds to get a cap on the zone, and I mean, with the current state of the map and of the game, not looking very likely here, Debbie. Just cracking, trying to find picks, get the pick on the bucket, pick on the Splash as well, and that is going to be Dreams from Yesterday taking game 1.
Usually it'd be like, the Kraken can't paint, but it can paint if you get a splat on the zone, though. And that is definitely what helped towards the end there. But the points going down at the edge, I think a nice point there was the Wiper at the end was ledge guarding from the junior on the side and force popping bubble, so they didn't go down, just needing to stay alive, knowing that they are a reliable paint source here, and just needing to be assisted there. And then the Kraken coming out and just trapping the one onto the zone, helping just put down the extra paint just from splatting the person on the zone, and they were able to hold it and just keep it.
Yeah, I mean, very good hold from Dreams from Yesterday. Throughout the course of the game, getting a nice lead of 14 and extending it down to 8, and really preventing Frutella from executing that game plan. I mean, again, we saw Frutella get a really strong early hold of the zone, and once Dreams from Yesterday got the cap in their hands, they just did not let go of that lead. They didn't let Frutella score many points after that initial hold, so very strong play from Dreams from Yesterday. Going to be taking the first game off of Frutella in this tournament, and with that being said, Game 2 is on the horizons on another familiar territory here, zones on Mako Mart.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of familiar territory until we get to Game 3 and on, where we haven't been into any familiar territory. But zones on Mako, again, this is, I can see this going pretty much the same way, unless if just one fight just does not go one team's way. We know that a big threat that is being applied to Frutella is Mox's Brush. Mox's Brush is in fact insane. This we know. And just kind of able to just cruise on in and get those picks, and when the Zipcaster comes out, can follow up with a lot of things. Just when one team member is in a fight, you can see the Zipcaster, when it's out, will just kind of jump on over and rain from above. And it's just really helping out Dreams from Yesterday quite well. So it's something that Frutella will have to continue to be aware of.
Yeah, I mean, Frutella definitely has to keep their eyes peeled for all of the bag of tricks from Dreams from Yesterday, because, like, this is not a normal comp you go up against. Viper, Octobrush, custom leader, but it is what Frutella is going to have to contend with here. So, game 2 on our hands right now. Pretty similar comp on both sides. We are going to be seeing the 52 being picked with that Splashmatic on the side of Frutella. Other than that, let's just get the show on the road.
Looks like we already see one going down there, the Brush trying to come around from the side, trying to help pinch this as we had a 3v1 on that one stack there. Two members going down, both the Wiper and the Brush. So Frutella able to take down those two big threats in exchange of the leader going down. And Frutella now having control. It looks like Whale's going out. They're going to locate these players, figuring out what side they need to guard. It looks like the Wiper handy, but surprise! There's an end zap there, helping to guard, but it does go down in a trade in the end. Two down now on the side of Frutella. Kraken going out, just trying to push on forward to help get a pick. It looks like they did get the Junior on that back corner of the freezer. And the Bucket's just trying to go on the side, but isn't going to last very long, as it is just jumped on from Dreams from yesterday. And control is going into... It's in the control of Dreams from yesterday. And the Brush just moving around the side here, just going to guard the ledge, now making sure nobody drops here.
Yeah, Drees from yesterday in a very strong position right now. Getting close to that lead taken from Frutella. And right now, I mean, Frutella not really able to get into the zone, forced to give up that lead. Now here's the strike. Here's going to be aggressive piece of that bubble as well. Wiper is going to be lost in the ether, it seems, and Frutella is going to get the zone back in their hands. Slight lead in favor of Drees yesterday, but certainly manageable for Frutella to just get another strong hold. And already almost done with that penalty there. There are two specials that they have to contend with from Drees yesterday, being that hammer and that crack.
They did also have the zip from the Brush coming out as well. They did obtain that third, and it looks like two immediately go down as those specials were just launched, and it worked in the favor just as soon as everything was launched. Frutella just doesn't exist, and now they are back in spawn. We can see the pencil up in the top corner there trying to get a pick. It looks like Mox did get caught out on the bottom left there by the 52. We see they're just going back on the zone here, and control is taken back right away as the Junior makes it onto the zone, but the Brush and Junior do trade on the side. Along with another, and now just as Dreams from yesterday says Frutella isn't going to exist, it's vice versa.
Yeah, Shu is on the other foot right now. Frutella has the lead and is ready to score even more with that penalty being out of their way, and the Bucket is aggressing here with that strike at the ready as well. So Frutella in a very strong position in this game.
They're in a really good spot here. This is exactly where the Slosher wants to be. It looks like the Pencil was trying to poke at it, but now positions revealed. The Slosher's like E-Leader, you're going down. But the E-Leader does crack and goes towards the zone, is going to help support the... oh man.
A little bit of scuff, as is normal in the Splatoon.
Sorry, well, we were blinded for a little bit. Hey,
yeah,
Dreams has his own now.
Dreams yesterday has zone lead in favor of Frutella at 3 points. Very strong lead in this game here. Dreams yesterday has to get essentially a knockout to get this game in their favor. But they're pretty well on it their way. Already down into the 20s, holding off Frutella as best as they can. But here comes Frutella trying to aggress forward. Octopus down, Junior down, 3v3 on either side. Strikes are coming up, but the pencil's going to go down as well. The paint is going to be alive for Dreams yesterday. Frutella trying to go on this play with the 52 icon, desperately trying to find any sort of picks, but it's just not going to happen this time. And Dreams from yesterday up 2-0, 1 game win away from winners finals.
Oh man, the last thing I saw was the Brush able to get a pick on a side, and then it's like, what happened? This was, yeah. I was like, okay, fight happened here, but towards the end there, yeah, we saw the 52 just painting and trying to hope to get a RNG fall-off pick for just dear life to help save the game, because the Junior wasn't quite close to zone yet, but I saw them pop the bubble at the end as they were nearby, but they weren't close enough, so the Junior wasn't able to be back on zone to help paint that, so it was just the 52 really just, again, painting for dear life, and of course just not popping the whales because they needed to keep paint out. Teammates were trying to jump in, but there was just too much extra pressure on the zone for Frutella to be able to keep up with that. But that middle of the game there, it's like all resources popped. Okay, Dreams from yesterday now has control, wiping Frutella, and then Frutella just answers really strongly by basically putting out the same thing and just reverse wipes them and then has control. But then after that, just a constant, I'm gonna call you, hey, I'm answering, I'm responding. now we're just gonna do it again. Just a constant, here, we're going to give you an answer. No, we're gonna give you an answer. It's just lots of counterplay, but in the end, it was dreams from yesterday that were up on the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, super crucial picture at the end. Getting the junior and the pencil down right as strikes were popped really made it easy, so to speak, to paint over those strikes, and that's what won in that game. So, dreams from yesterday up 2-0, but as soon as they're feeling comfortable, we are going to be struck down with zones on Hammerhead Bridge. So, if y'all got a little bit bored by these map picks, don't worry, we're going back to some quirked up territory here in this game, number 3. Zones on Hammerhead Bridge. I'm not sure if it's, like, really benefits one comp over the other, but Dreams from yesterday has just been playing extremely well. The duo of the Wiper and the Oxbar is really hard for Frutella to deal with, and I mean, Frutella's essentially out of time to find an answer. They have to just pick something and hope it works for the rest of the set.
I think they know how to answer it, considering how they did go back and forth reverse wipe. It's just now, how do they keep up with it when they don't have these same resources, like right after they do it? And just making sure that they can't get in, can't get anything done. And this map is as like very long, and has a pretty nasty lockout point, so it's gonna be tougher for the Wiper and the Brush to get through here. But with how quick they are, they're able to just kind of go around, take the fight to the wing, and end up creating an advantage for themselves. So it's just something to take note of if this Wiper and Brush from Dreams from yesterday are going to bait the fight to a corner, because if they do that, they're going to plot to win to that fight, to be able to just drag somebody over, and then once they win it, they're just going to collapse on Frutella. So just something for Frutella to note is what's a bait and what's not.
Absolutely. I mean, Frutella really has to just differentiate and really focus on what they prioritize. Like, do they prioritize, looking for the flanks and worry about taking the bait? Do they prioritize the zone and then suddenly Dreams from yesterday is behind their enemy lines and picking all of them and wiping them out? It's a really delicate dance that you have to, tangle with, but that's just what you got to do when you're playing, winter semifinals and proving grounds. These teams are going to give you really tough questions, and you're going to have to find your way to answer them in the way that best suits your victory.
But yeah, I do think what they have, is what is working for them. It's just now, okay, how do we make this better? How can we hold better with what it is? We know what our advantages are, and just a main thing is like, okay, what's going to be the prime focus? What is going to be the main threat here, and what do we have to wait for? How do we put them at a disadvantage? How can we collapse on this instead? And it seems like they do have the right idea in mind. We've seen it happen in the last games. We've seen it in both games. It's just they definitely know how to handle it. It's just the focus and making sure they know and all that. But that's kind of the thing with a Brush and Wiper comp. They act as we like to call it, they act as rats. So they like to just be in the face, they like to go on the side, they like to just, make you frustrated, take your attention away, look somewhere else. But is it something you really want to be paying attention to at a set given time? But that's what makes it difficult.
Yeah, because you can't ignore the rats for too long, because they're just gonna pop up. And I mean, I agree with you in the sense that clearly these have been very back and forth games, but I feel like when the chips are down, when the tension is at its highest, Dreams from yesterday is really able to rattle Frutella just a little bit and kind of throw them off their game and force that desperation that makes that sort of line of play a bit more telegraphed. And Dreams from yesterday really able to pounce on that window of opportunity. So I guess it's just going to be all about mitigating that. If we go to game 3, set point here or potential reverse 3-0 from Frutella. Let's see what's going to happen here. Pretty similar stuff. We're seeing CRB coming out on the side of Frutella, courtesy of Opstapa. Same old from yesterday. Here we go.
Yeah, we got an extra little bit of mid-range there. Of course, we're going to have the Kraken battles going on towards here. But just seeing how the teams are going to adapt with the fights here. You see the Brush just, playing it patient. We're not going to rush into this. It's just we know it's not the right way to go. We're just going to get some paint down. It looks like they're going to try and freeze their resources. But that Crab immediately popping out, and they're like, I see the Brush. We are not letting it get Zipcaster. And they're able to cancel that right away. Hammer is online, but the Zap does go down, and so does the leader. It looks like they're able to punish the side, but hello, Hammer! Just kind of going right forward. Yes, oh! It's raining hammers, everybody, and the hammer able to drop down, get picks, and help Dreams from yesterday get control of that zone again.
And then Viper's going to find another pick on the splash, trying to drop right onto them. And they're going to find the Kraken cancel on the CRB. This Viper on the side of Dreams from yesterday is going absolutely bonkers mode right now. As right now, Dreams from yesterday almost has the lead back in their hands. Viper finally going to go down, courtesy of that leader and courtesy of Opstapa. But my goodness, what a charge as Dreams from yesterday has the lead in their hands right now. And here comes the Kraken to try and put even more damage. And the Zap is going to find the pick onto the range blaster. This zone is still in their control right now. Dreams from yesterday is not relenting at all right now. The pain, the pressure, all of it is going to continue to go forth until this game is over.
Oh man, that opening looked really strong from Frutella, just getting the picks left and right on Dreams from yesterday. And then this Viper, I just felt them like, I need revenge. And then they just dropped in with the hammer and went. And they were able to just keep it there. But let's not speak too soon now. And the penalty is over on Frutella's side, and we just see the Bungie just waiting on the bottom corner. They want to find this leader. They want to take it out. Kraken ready on the side of leader, along with the Stamp. Stamp does get taken out, but it looks like it's a trade on the side. Bucket's hiding there on the left corner. Crab's on the bottom right. Zipcaster's out as well. We got 2 down on the side of Frutella. Make that 3. 1 was jumping in on the left-hand side there. That is the blaster. They want to find this leader. Leader's able to live, and it looks like Dreams from yesterday is going to go around and finally get this cap on zone.
Yeah, finally going to get the cap. They did lose the lead. Lead is at 25 points right now, held by Frutella. But Dreams from yesterday has control of the zone, and Hammerhead is one of the most lockout-heavy zone snaps in this game, unless you have exactly what this Bucket on the side of Frutella has. Those tri-strikes. Just get the cap on the zone with the Bucket, trying to fight the Viper. Is going to stay alive, live the telltale, and launch those strikes to get the cap likely in favor of Frutella. There it goes. Really well played, really scary situation with the Bucket, navigating that super well, and Frutella trying to find more picks, but gets a little bit greedy, taken down by this Octobrush. Zipcaster at the ready, Kraken at the ready. Jumps are being camped as well as Pencil trying to retreat for dear life, but this Octobrush can see it all with that Zipcaster, and Dreams from yesterday yet again threatening to be done with that penalty and be knocking on the door of that.
This is where the hard part of getting out of base is, but of course, again, another nice ledge pick taken down on that Viper and just going around, so the Zap able to come on forward and help get another pick there. Lead is going to swap here on the side of Dreams from yesterday. We do have Crab and Kraken at the ready. We heard them both launch, and then we have the strikes going out as well. Kraken's going to go around and find and see what's going around on the side. It looks like people were going down from the back there, and the zone is back in control of Dreams from yesterday, able to shut down an entire push that Frutella tried to enable.
Yeah, Dreams from yesterday was able to shut down that push. I mean, Frutella only just bought themselves a bit more time with the gamble that used 3 of their specials, and now they have absolutely nothing at the ready other than those price breaks that that Bucket just acquired, and they're going to have to use them desperately to stop this knockdown with all they can. Hammer is going to find the trade onto the Bucket, reducing that resource, but now a bunch of specials are starting to come online from Frutella, and they should get the cap in their hands any second now. There it goes. 50 seconds left in this game, potentially left in the set, as 3 go down on Frutella. It's just the Splash holding onto that Crab, trying to keep that last push opportunity alive for Frutella, because they're playing into advantage right now, and they have to get back in the zone if they want to stay in the winner's bracket.
Leader in a nice spot there, but is now getting contested by the bombs. Crab is out. This leader wants to find a pick on one of these people, is able to get one of them on that top corner. Did take out the blaster, which, I mean, is a good pick to take out, but at the time isn't one that is going to stop anything from zone control. But even though that the zone has been taken back, oh my gosh! Corner play right there!
The snipe on the flanking Bucket is almost surely going to put a pin to this set. 3-0 if Frutella cannot find a miracle right now. They're going to get the cap on the zone. They're going to be taking it to overtime. Mox going to be taken down by this Splash player, but now Frutella has to hold on to the zone for dear life as Dreams from yesterday continuing their charge. They see the player behind them. Splash is going to go down. Bucket's going to go down. Viper's going to surge forward for the cap, and Dreams from yesterday gets the set win in a 3-0 sweep over Frutella.
Oh, that just the view on the Splash there, just as the overtime hit, the Splash was definitely a crucial one to keep in as being one of the prime quick painters. Of course, the Pencil being there, also doing it, but with the Splash just being cornered then being taken down, it just helped Dreams from Yesterday just helped take that back, but wow, what an end there, and just that turn like just like, hi Bucket, bye Bucket.
Yeah, what an end to that set. Now Dreams from Yesterday on to winners bracket finals where they're up against Snooze, and Frutella going to be dropping down to the losers brackets for their own adventures and for their own hope of an extended bracket run. They're going to be actually matching up against Healthy Diet food groups, so that's going to be a fun set to watch.
Is it bad that it almost feels scripted when you have teams like Dreams from Yesterday and Snooze ending up in the next thing? Tell me this.
We did script it. It's not scripted. It's not scripted. It's not scripted. But with that being said, I believe that is going to be the end of our block as we are going to throw it over to Popgun and K-Bot to send you the rest of the way through this tournament. But yeah, I had a good time being here. How you doing? How you feeling, Debbie, about the sets we saw?
Oh my goodness, what sets?